Richard G. Olson, the former United States ambassador to Pakistan and the United Arab Emirates, has agreed to plead guilty to accusations of lobbying in an illegal manner for the government of Qatar, and the charges include also his omission of the gifts he had received while serving as an ambassador. This was announced on Wednesday, April 27. Ambassador Olson worked closely with former Secretary of State John Kerry. Olson received payments through a Pakistani-American businessman. Furthermore, in London, Ambassador Olson had a meeting with a businessman from Bahrain. He promised him a salary of $300,000 a year for his lobbying activities to garner influence for Qatar inside Washington, D.C. Olson did violate the American law that forbids top U.S. government employees from doing any lobbying assignment work on behalf of foreign entities. It is known as the cooling off period. It lasts for 1 year after senior officials retire and leave the government. Ambassador Olson broke that law because he worked for this Pakistani-American businessman in December 2016. His monthly salary was $20,000. Mostly the work he did was to lobby on behalf of the government of Qatar. The charges filed by the U.S. Justice Department were made to a federal court in the Central District of California in early April. The two charges submitted by the Justice Department are misdemeanors. However, Ambassador Olson was not indicted for breaching the Foreign Agents Registration Act. Ambassador Olson lobbied on behalf of Qatar in Washington regarding two policies. The first dealt with the efforts to convince American officials to create a U.S. Customs and Border Protection, a pre-clearance facility at Doha's principal airport. This type of operation grants the country hosting an American government office many privileges in organizing many aviation activities. One of them is to allow the airlines serving the Doha's airport to fly directly to more than 160 destinations in the United States. Moreover, Qatar also hired Ambassador Olson to defeat the boycott established by Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates in 2017 for Al-Doha's support for terror groups. This resulted in these two countries breaking off diplomatic relations with Qatar. In addition, Olson lobbied on behalf of Qatar to lift up the blockade organized by Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates against Qatar. In this regard, Qatar tried to influence policymakers in Washington, D.C. through a big media campaign to dispel the charges that it supports terrorism. In all these lobbying activities, Ambassador Richard Olson was in direct contacts with top officials from the government of Qatar. Earlier, the Pakistani-American businessman has received a prison sentence of 12 years. It is good to see the American law stopping Qatar from corrupting the United States government, but no one knows for how long Qatar will continue its bad behavior on the international stage and across many countries.